Howdy, y'all. My name is Price, and I'm coming at you today with something brand new. This is a game called A Mortician's Tale. Now, this is a game that obviously deals with death, but I'm going to give you the description that is given to me in the press information on this game so that you can understand kind of where they're coming at with this game. So, in A Mortician's Tale, you take on the role of recent funeral direction graduate Charlie as she learns the ropes of the business and industry. Prepare the cadavers of the deceased via embalming or cremation, attend their funerals, and listen to their loved ones' stories, and interact with Charlie's coworkers, clients, and bosses. A Mortician's Tale is an informative, honest, and sometimes humorous look at the current state of and the future of the Western death industry. So, it's going to be somewhat story-driven. It's got a very unique art style. That's pretty much what kind of caught my attention first. Obviously, the music kind of gives it a really interesting tone. I'm hearing this for the first time now. This is obviously the beta build, but this game will be releasing on Wednesday, October 18th. So y'all be able to pick that up on Steam. I think I'm getting to show you this a little bit early. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Like I said, it's the unique art style, the subject matter. Obviously, Halloween is coming around the corner, so things having to do with death and the macabre are obviously really fun things to look at this time of year. But also, I think that this could be a really interesting and unique look at this subject matter. So anyway, with that long preamble out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into A Mortician's Tale. Let's start a new game. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Okay. Let's check an email. So that's us, Charlie. All right, so we've got several things. Okay, from Matthew Jeffrey. Hello and welcome. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle. I'm sure she wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers, and good luck. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Hello, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home with our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little bit better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Okay, from Amy Rose, instructions. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office/prep room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you've experienced working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose, founder and director. Okay, from Jen Love to Charlie. Huh. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because I said you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London and not London, Ontario, serial capital of Canada, or serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree, okay? Take that. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for Funerals Monthly Newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you. I'm super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Jen L. Hart, museum creator, London Pathology Museum. That is adorable. All right, Amy Rose. Back to Amy Rose. Reply with an auto response. Sure thing. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Oh, okay. Today's task. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first cadaver for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first cadaver is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon. RE special request for my mother's funeral. Dear me. Okay, so this is what they talked about in their request. Jamia, of course, we will happily oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. Take care. We're happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated, and we'll proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment. She fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily. It would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. Best, Mia. Okay. So that's today's tasks. Let's say, sure, I'll get to it as soon as I can. Oh, and that brought me to it. Oh, okay, and then here she is, over here. Oh, wow. That's a little creepy. Not gonna lie, it's a little creepy. I'm sure we'll get used to it. Okay, this is the prep room, where you prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Okay? Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Okay? Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Is this a sponge? Cotton balls, sponge. Do I just go, do I click it? Okay, yeah. Click and swipe. Okay? So we're just cleaning the body. Wow, it's really kind of creepy. But I think that's supposed to be the part. Like, you kind of, you start out creeped out by it, and then I bet, like, later on we'll start to get more used to this, more comfortable with this. That's it. You're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. Okay. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay. Did I change? I think I changed into, like, my funeral outfit now. Okay. Well, here we go. Off to the funeral. Oh, goodness. Well, let's talk to everybody. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Okay. Okay, so they say the same thing. Alright. Who's this guy? You just don't small talk a lot at these things. At least, that's what I always thought. Or I was always taught. Oh, okay. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Oh, that's really sad. Does this guy have anything more to say? Okay, so I think that like everybody's always going to have kind of like one set of responses, maybe. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? Seems about right. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be building a chemical that is known to cause cancer into the ground like that. Or into the sewer? That's what they most do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Okay. Do I need to do something with the casket? Oh, I guess that's paying my respects, right? I go up and I, like, touch it or something. Okay. Oh, okay. And then I just go. Okay. Respect officially paid. October 11th, 10:09. All right, so it's been a while, because, right, it was like September before, right? Clean our little station over here. Let's go check our mail. Okay, from Jennifer Valentine. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing... Wait, hold on a second. Is there a first one? Okay. Let's start at the bottom and then go up. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse. So it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. And, like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry. I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. Wear what you want, Jen. That's what I say. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail, all right? A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, of course, it's probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage, and I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing about. I am having a day, Charlie. Jen L. Hart, or Valentine, as we know. Okay. Well, it sounds like Jen is just not having a good time, and I gotta say, people should stop getting on Jen's case and let her do whatever she wants. Okay, we have tons of emails that we can check, and this is like more story stuff, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did at our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that. Together in that way, and I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. Just passing this message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Great, we did a good job. They appreciated it. From Matthew, Jeffrey, to Charlie. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around. Can I click on this tab? Oh, you can look at the website. Look at that. It's got pricing. It's got a description, everything like that. Cute. It's very expensive. Very expensive. That's what the funeral industry is. All right. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But, so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us. We had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, When we were in the procession going to the ceremony, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out, some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God. But can you imagine getting that call? Anyway, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not sure if you're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed. And then we all started giggling because, go figure, life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, it has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later, and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? See you in a bit, Charlie. More from Funerals Monthly. Okay, so this is just more stuff about cultural things having to do with funerals. I'm probably not gonna read all the emails every time. I'd like to show you guys more of the gameplay just so you can see what's going on. And obviously, this is part of the game, is the story and everything. But we won't check every detail. Oh, click this coffee and click on that. No, okay. Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next cadaver. It's a remarkable job on the first one. The family is very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man. Died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best, Amy Rose, founder and director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. P.S. Charlie, dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew. He knows. I'll get right on it. All right, let's do this. So, they had said I could contact the person handling the thing. I just want to see if there's any more details. Next job. I'll get right on it, is what I said. No other details. Standard funeral with embalming. So I'm sure that they're going to teach me over here at like a tutorial kind of thing. So we'll probably have to clean the body, and then we'll have to embalm it, I guess. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. So embalm unless they say don't. Let's start by cleaning the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Yes, can do. Okay, there we go. I guess that I'm going to need to shave it too, it looks like. Probably. All right, click on the razor and drag it over the body to shave. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Oh, wow. Oh, so I need to like run up and down that like that? Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Fixing rigor mortis, I guess. Okay, the eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. So this is eye caps. That's horrifying. I didn't know that. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag glue onto each eye to shut it. Oh, geez. All right. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. Okay. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and thread over the jaw to close it. Oh, geez. Come on. There we go. All right. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Wow, this is like thorough. I wonder how accurate this is to like what actually happens. I'm sure it's probably pretty close. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. Okay. Ooh, yikes. Okay. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it into the neck incision. Okay. Click on the cannula and drag it onto the carotid artery. This is how you'll get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. Is that this thing? That's the cannula. Drag it onto the carotid artery. Is this the carotid? Right here? Or I guess maybe it's supposed to be here. Yeah. Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. Okay. There we go. Oh, like right on that little dot there. Click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. In order to evenly distribute chemicals, you have to massage it through the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Just making sure it gets in there, I guess. Okay. Go. Back across the chest. Okay. Wonder if there's gonna be like a time-related component to this at some point. Oh, and I see there's like a certain amount that we have to make sure it gets in there. All right, great. Now let's sew up that incision. Click and drag the needle and thread over the incision to close it. Okay. Almost done. You need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar. Click on the abdomen until the liquid has been drained. Is that what this is? Okay. Oh. Okay, that's that. I see. All right. So we're just draining other stuff out of the body. Oh, did I get it all? I guess I'll just wait. If you hold it long enough, it just stops. Okay, and you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in the casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay, let's talk to the next family. Man, this is I mean, in reading about this, it's supposed to be a death-positive game, right? It's supposed to like try and make you think about death in a less macabre and dark way, and I think it's doing that, but it's also because of the way that we kind of approach death already, it certainly is making me, I don't know, it's a little uncomfortable, but maybe that's it's part of the point. It's part of the point. Okay. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah. One minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, the person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird. To think about it for too long, like staring at the sun, I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. It's so weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but, like, definitely not red, no matter what. I think that's, like, a cultural thing. Like, I think that, I think in Korea, I'd have to go look at, I think it said it in the newsletter, but I've heard this before. I think at Korean funerals, it's traditional to wear white. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. This kid's just over here playing video games, humming to himself. That's officially paid. On to the next one. December 2nd. All right, it's been another long chunk of time. We've been here for a while. Okay. Cleaning up our station, as we seem to do. Does she have tattoos? Oh, yeah, she's got tattoos. Okay. All right, cremation. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. Best. We got another thank you for the wonderful evening. Meet cutes for death-positive cuties. Another paycheck coming late, sorry. Okay. So again, it's like we get our thing about our funeral monthly. Oh, wow. Interesting. So this one talks about LGBTQ funerals and respect in terms of like how to be properly appropriate with that. Oh, so there have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut or buried under the wrong names, etc. Yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay. Okay, so let's read from Jen. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask you your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out because it turns out people are getting super scared off when you tell them you work at a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomias? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet, though. Okay. All right. So let's get to this cremation. Okay. So I guess we just go up to the casket. Before you cremate Miss Hall, we need to prepare her body. Okay, that's what I thought. We have to do some kind of preparation. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing her necklace. Okay, click on the necklace and place it on the purple tray. We'll place the necklace in the urn with Mrs. Hall's remains later. Got you. Okay, we need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click on the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Okay. Great, Mrs. Hall is set to be cremated. So you have to put a tag in there, and it's metal, so it's going to survive the process. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay. And then I guess, yeah, we press the button. Okay. I gotta say, I'm kind of learning things. This is really cool. Okay, so now we come over here to the urn, and we have to put the necklace back in it, and maybe take the tag out. All right, this is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Okay. The cremulator. Okay. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Aha. Start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Okay. In the urn, place it under the nozzle. Okay. You can drag the bone fragments, drop them onto the top of the cremulator. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay. Now that all the bones have been processed, click on the urn and place it back on the counter. Okay. Make sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. Click on the necklace and place it in the urn. Okay. All right. Don't forget the tag. Click on the round identification tag and place it in the urn. Okay. Last step, click on the urn's lid and place it on top of the urn. Okay. All done! Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay. Well, here we go. So let's speak to all of the funeral goers once again, giving our condolences and our respect. This is nice, in a weird way. She liked that we were all here, talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food's delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Glad she was cremated, not like in an open casket or something. Seeing her like that? I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Okay. Too bad I can't change the music. I totally would. I'd like go do something to be like, hey, let's liven it up. Let's do whatever it is you think that she would have wanted. February 14th. Oh, wow. Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's. I know that's not how it's pronounced. All right. Emails yet again. Got our next job. Another cremation. What? News about the future of Rose and Daughter's funeral home. Hi, all. It's with a very heavy heart that I write to let you know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct, but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, finding less and less like I have the energy for the business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters for tax purposes, though honestly I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact, somewhat. They have a good reputation, and I have agreed to keep you all on. As one of my stipulations. I would sell, as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have accompanied lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose. Another thank you note. So eternally grateful that you're able to accommodate a request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service. She would have been happy with it. Such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Let's see. From Ryan Garcia to Amy Rose. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out. And you know somebody I could talk to about all this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough, with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that I'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this. When people don't know where else to turn, it's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I'd be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. It would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Okay, can I send him an email? I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. I have a feeling that we are going to, at one point, have to bury Amy Rose. And that's going to be very sad. Alright. Funerals monthly. You've lived your mindful of your environment. What is this about? Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. Yes, I've heard about these. It's very interesting stuff. Alright. Amy Rose. Please see note below about this pacemaker. They can be tricky. Oh, a pacemaker. Hi, Amy. Yes, there are any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just, please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker, too. The doctor told me that that would need to be removed. Thanks, Mariana. Okay, so I have to deal with the pacemaker on this one. Okay, so let's head on over here. I wonder if maybe what's going to happen is that, like, once we start working for the larger corporation, like, they have some issues. Let's see. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so I'm wearing a hospital gown. We don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him before cremation, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. We can drag the scalpel over the heart to make an incision. Okay. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps. Click and drag the pacemaker out of the heart. Oh, jeez. Okay. Click on the round identification tag to pick it up and place it in the coffin. Yes. And he's ready to be cremated. Okay. Out the door. Hoo boy, y'all. This is intense. This is very intense. I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying it, but it's kind of dark. Like, and that's good. I think that's a good thing. I think the tone and everything like that is built to kind of make you feel that way. Like, it's not bad. It's not gross. It's just, you know, macabre in a way. We'll need to use the cremulator to break these bone fragments down to ash-like remains. Start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Right. Put the urn in the cremulator. Then drag the bones. Right. Come on. Okay, then we put the urn back, and then we put this inside the urn, and then we put that on top of the urn, and we're good to go. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside flowers. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrowhead to the funeral parlor. Okay. Off to the funeral parlor again. Okay. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. Yikes. That's tough. I always told him to quit smoking. Of course, he never listened to me, so that figures. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you that time we tailgated? Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Okay, let's pay our respects. All right, y'all. Well, I think that's where we're going to end this first episode of A Mortician's Tale. I'm going to go ahead and record a little bit of it myself here. I'm going to keep on playing for at least one more episode. But I'd like to know if y'all want to see more of this. What do you think about this? This is a heavy game, man. This is heavy. I'm curious. What do y'all think? What are your thoughts? I think that down below in the comments, let's hear what y'all have to say about this game, because I don't know. There's something I really, really like about it. It's dark. It's making me think. Obviously, I'm not my usual cheery, bright self with this game because we're talking about death. But at the same time, I think, like they said, it's death positive. It's not supposed to be gross. It's not supposed to be weird. It's just supposed to be something that we all have to deal with. And I think that that's a good thing. Ultimately, it's a hopeful game, right? Because, yes, we're preparing bodies and we're putting them into urns and caskets and all this kind of stuff. But really, it's about these people, like, who are coming together, surrounding the person who passed away. And about us being able to try and make it as best as possible for them. So, with that, I think we're going to call that on this episode. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to give the video a like, favorite, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Definitely tune into the channel. We'll do at least one more episode of this, and if y'all are really digging it, maybe we'll see it all the way out to the end of it. But either way, this has been A Mortician's Tale, and I will see y'all next time.